into it because they don't have to aesthetically look at it. They don't have to appreciate it, they don't have to value it. And so for those of us who think that government isn't in service to us, that you elect people and they don't do anything for you, we have to reflect on that quote, that power sees nothing without a demand. And a demand means nothing unless you can hold me accountable for not following it. And the only way you do that is throwing me out of office or putting me in.
That's true, but we also, go ahead, sir. Go.
Okay, I always bring this up. If y'all listen to the podcast, you know. But I would just say that accompanying this point about politics is where you get your information. And they traffic intentionally in misinformation and disinformation. So I would just beg the audience, share responsibly. Everybody on Instagram and everybody with a podcast mic does not a journalist make. Everybody's information is not equal. So please, if you can, monitor your news diet and where you're getting your information from. I think a part of the reason why we're in this situation right now is because people were being fed untruths. And there was a lack of curiosity because we were so addicted to our phones and the news media summarily ignored a lot of our issues. And this is why we have this landscape now with the media landscape that's capitulating to this administration. So that's my own personal plea. But I had a question for the panel and for this audience that's a little more philosophical. We're talking about entrepreneurship, and you touched on this so beautifully, Reverend Bryant, when you talked about chase your purpose and not your profit. And I'm just sitting here wondering, because so many people in entrepreneurship, a lot of people want to become, their goal is to, make millions. And I just wonder, the system of capitalism originated on the plantation. And if we are trying to build empires and not community, does this system of capitalism serve us? We may not be able to answer that on the panel, but I just want to throw that out to the audience to think about it as we're building businesses and hopefully building community. And if y'all have thoughts on it, I would love to hear it.
Oh, thank you. That's a lot, Tiffany. You done lived up to your last name. But I think that we have to drive, and again, this is from a pastoral perspective, is drive to make impact. When our number one goal and aspiration is just to make money, I think that we lose our real raison d'etre. Why are we here on the earth? And I think that you have to figure out what is the legacy that you're going to leave behind and what will really be said of you. At the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna remember the shoes you had on or the bag that you had. They really want to know, how did you make an impact? And America is really in a puberty state right now. In the words of my late grandmother, America's smelling itself. It smells like outside. And we really, somebody gotta come up with deodorant. So we gotta figure out, with all that is taking place in society and in the world, how do we really make this kind of impact? And let me go so far to say, is we have to start thinking diasporically. There's no way we would be in this room with 20,000 Jews in a room and we didn't discuss Israel. There's no way, as entrepreneurs, y'all can be here for 3 days and we don't talk about Haiti, we don't talk about the Sudan, we don't talk about Jamaica, Congo, we don't talk about Ghana now being on the red list. And so we gotta think about, how do we do global business? How do we do diasporic business? And there's a large open palette for us that has been unexplored. China sees the value in Africa. Are y'all awake? Yeah, they see the value in Africa and India. So I think that we've got to look larger than our own borders and our own parameters. To hitch a wagon what Ann said, is that we've got to figure out how do we monetize on where the issue is. America operates in cycles, and let me say to you, go to your own chat GPT, Google search, most of America's millionaires are built during economic crisis.